Hey art friends, today we're going to draw a cartoon version of Elsa. Now we've already drawn Elsa before, but I thought it would be a lot of fun to draw her again in a slightly different style. I hope you're going to follow along with me. You've got a marker and some paper. Now if I ever go too fast, remember you can always pause the video to take extra time to complete a step. Now we're first going to start by drawing her eyes, and we're going to draw them really big. We're going to draw two circles right in the middle of our paper, but towards the top. So we're going to draw big circles. And they're going to be right next to each other. There we go, just like that. Now inside of these circles, we're going to draw two smaller circles in the top right. And this is for the light reflecting in her eyes. This really makes our cartoon drawings look friendly. Now we're going to draw her pupil inside of here. Now we're drawing our eyes a little bit different than we usually draw. And this is going to be fun because then we could color her eyes blue at the end. So we're going to draw another circle, but we're going to go behind the smaller light catcher, or the light reflection. So we're going to draw a circle, and it's going to follow the outside bigger circle. Just like that. Is that cool? So it's more of a C shape. And we'll do the same thing over here. We'll repeat that same shape. And this is for that pupil inside of her eyes. Okay, now we can draw another smaller circle down here in the bottom left. These eyes are going to turn out really cool at the very end. Now let's color in the middle, the pupil part, the middle part. Next, we're going to draw the top of her eye with her eyelashes. So we're going to draw a rainbow line. It starts over here, and then it's going to touch the top of her eye. So we'll start here, and we'll draw a rainbow line that touches the top, and then comes down in the same spot, but on the other side. And then after we do that, let's make it a little thicker towards the top. So we'll start in the same spot, get thicker at the top, and then come back down to the same spot. Now we can color that in also. Next, we're going to repeat that same step over here on the left. So we'll start over here, and we're going to curve up, create a rainbow line, and then back down. And then draw that same line, except make it thicker at the top. So we'll start in the same spot, curve up, a little further, and then back down to the same spot. And then color that in also. Next, let's give her 3 eyelashes on each side. So we'll draw a curve that comes out, and then the middle curve I'm going to draw a little bit bigger, so the second one, and then the third one we can draw a little smaller. And we'll repeat that over here also. First curve, second curve can be a little bigger, and then the third one, smaller. Now to finish our eyes, let's draw the very bottom line, and we're going to draw another curve right at the very bottom, just like that. And then we'll repeat that over here also. Okay, we did it. We finished drawing our cartoon eyes, and they turn out really awesome. You can repeat these same steps for any cartoon. It doesn't have to just be Elsa. Now we're going to draw her face, and we want to draw a U, but we want a little point down at the bottom for her chin. So we're going to start right next to her eye, and we're going to come down like this for a point down here, but it's going to be a rounded point, and then we'll come back up for her cheek over here on the right. Okay, now we can draw her little nose. So I'm going to draw just a small little curve, and then we can also draw her mouth right below that. All right, she's looking cute. Now we're going to draw the top of her head. We're going to draw a big curved M. So we'll come up and then back down, and then we're going to draw the other bump over the other eye, and then come down and connect to her cheek. Okay, now we're going to draw the hair that's coming over her ear. So we can start right here, and then we're going to curve out right where her ear is going to be. And we'll do that over here also. Just draw a curve that starts curving out, and it looks like a heart, doesn't it? It looks really cool that her face is a heart shape. Now we're going to draw the top of her head. So we'll start over here where we curved out, and we're going to draw a big rainbow line that goes over to the other side. So start here. Big rainbow line. We're going to almost go off the page. And she's going to look kind of funny because it looks like she has a helmet. Now we're going to draw her hair. We'll draw the details on her hair so she looks more like Elsa. Right here, we're going to draw a little piece of hair that's hanging down in front of her forehead. So let's draw a curve. Curves out towards her eye. and then we're going to curve back in to her hair. Now we're going to draw more details in her hair. So we'll start right here at the point, and we're going to draw a curve that comes out and connects to the outside of her hair. Then let's draw a couple more lines over here on the side of her head. We're going to draw more curves that comes down here to the point. And I promise she's going to look really cute at the end. And then let's start curving the other direction. So let's draw another line that comes down to the point. And then we can draw let's draw another curve right here, comes off. And let's draw another one down here, a small one. And we can do that, another small one over here also. Okay, now it's starting to look more like hair. Let's draw her ears next. Right here, we're going to draw a little curve that comes and connects into her cheek. And we'll draw another one on the right side. Now you can just see the bottom of her ear because the top is tucked up in her hair. Now let's finish the right side of her hair that's coming down in front and turning into the braid. So we'll start here. We're going to draw a curve that comes down and then into her cheek. Then we can add a couple more of those detail lines right here. So it looks more like hair. And now we're going to turn this into a braid. And we're going to do that by adding U's, a U shape. There's one. And then we can add another one, connect it right below it. Look at that, it's starting to turn into a braid, huh? This is a simple way to draw a braid in any of your cartoon drawings. Add one more little U, and then at the very bottom, let's draw the end of her hair. So we're gonna draw a J line, a J shape, that. And then on this side, we're gonna draw an S line. So we're gonna curve one way and then back the other direction. See how it looks like an S? Now let's add a few more hairlines inside of these U's so it looks more like a braid. And we're going to draw a Y, the letter Y. So there's one line, and then we'll draw another line that comes and connects. It looks like the letter Y inside of that U. And then let's do that again. Another Y. It's a really fun way to draw a braid. Okay, and then at the very end, let's draw another U right here. Maybe that's for the ribbon or rubber band that's in her hair, keeping her braid together. Now we'll finish the left side of her hair after we draw her body. So let's draw two lines coming down from her chin. We'll draw one over here, and we're going to draw it coming down kind of far, just like that. And then this side, we're going to draw another line that's coming down, but it's behind the braid. So we'll come down here and imagine it starting right here and coming down also. So we want them to match, but we have to draw it behind the braid. Down here at the bottom, let's connect these two lines with a wavy line for the bottom of her dress. Now let's draw her arms, and we're going to draw really simple arms. We'll draw a diagonal line that comes down and then curves in right at the bottom. And we'll repeat that over here also. We want it to look exactly the same and end in the same spot. There we go. That's a really simple way to draw hands and arms. But let's draw a little line on her wrist to separate her sleeve from her hand. And we'll do that over here also. Okay, now we can finish her hair on the left side. So we'll start right here, just like we did on the right side, and we're going to curve down and connect it to her shoulder. Now let's add some of those same hairlines that we did over here. So it looks more like hair. I added 3 little diagonal lines. Doesn't that look really cool? Now she has an extra part to her dress that sticks out on the sides. So let's draw that. We'll draw another curve on each side, curving out. And then we can draw another wavy line that connects into her dress. Okay, let's add more details to the top of her dress. We're going to draw her neckline. We can draw a little U, connects to her braid. And then we're going to draw an upside down U, a rainbow line right below that. All right, we did it. We finished drawing Elsa. Now we're missing one thing. We're missing Olaf, her friend, right? So let's draw a big oval right here. We're going to draw him sticking out of the side. He's going to be behind her dress. So we're just going to draw his head. We're going to draw a big oval right here sticking out off to the side. And then inside this oval, we need to draw his face. So let's draw a sideways V. And this is for his carrot nose. So there's we're gonna draw a simple carrot. On this side, we're gonna connect the V with a C shape. So we got that carrot shape. Now let's draw little curves inside for the lines on the carrot. Okay, now let's draw his eyes. We're gonna draw 2 circles. We can draw them kind of big. And we're drawing a cartoon version of Olaf. So we're trying to keep this simple also. Inside of his eyes, let's draw 2 little dots for his pupils. There we go. And we gotta draw his mouth. He doesn't look like Olaf unless he's smiling really big. So right here, we're gonna draw a curve that curves over to the side. And we're gonna add a little cheek line. And then Olaf has one big tooth. Let's draw a rectangle sticking out right below his mouth. And then we can draw his mouth open. So we'll draw another curve, another smile line underneath that rectangle. And then color in his mouth, but leave his tooth white. Okay, now on the top of his head, he has 3 little sticks poking out on the top of his head. And I drew the middle one a little longer than the other 2. All right, and then we want to make him look like he's waving. So let's draw his hand sticking up. We're gonna draw a big curve. And if you want, you can draw another curve right next to it and make his arm look a little thicker. Then we're gonna draw his thumb. And then we're gonna draw 3 more fingers. 1, 2, 3. All right, we did it. We finished drawing Olaf behind Elsa's dress. Now, you could draw him differently if you want. You could draw him standing right next to her. I just wanted to keep this really simple, so we just wanted to draw the top of his head. Okay, now we still need to do one thing. It's gonna look so much better after we color Elsa. Now this part I'm gonna fast forward, but I'm gonna use my colored pencils. At the end, you can pause the video to match the same color. All right, we did it. We finished coloring Elsa and she turned out beautiful. I'm sure your drawings look amazing too. Now you can pause the video right now to match the same coloring. You can also add a little bit of shading to make her look 3D. Or you can leave that off to keep this lesson a little easier. Now remember, it's okay if your drawings don't look exactly like mine, because the most important thing is to have fun and to practice. And we'll see you later, art friends. Goodbye.